Hello, and welcome back to LAAG Thirrin's Java 101. So today we're going to learn about array lists. So last episode we learnt about primitive arrays, which have a set size and can only carry ints, floats, whatnot. Things like that. Primitive value types. Today we're going to learn about array lists, which can hold basic object types, and object types only. So if you wanted, for example, if you wanted to make an array list of person, so have a bunch of people in that array list from the class person we made a couple weeks ago, array lists is how you do that. And I'm going to show you how you initialize your array list here. Another handy thing for array lists is that it can be appended to. And I'll show you what I mean by that later in the episode. So, as per normal, we're initializing a new object. We got to import this, so it'll work. Now these are yellow underlined because we haven't specified what type will be going inside the array list. And as described before, we're going to use our old class person. So we're only going to allow items of type person. There we go, our array list is now created. Now, we're going to append or add some stuff to it. We're going to add a new person. We got to create a new person. And we'll use me for now. Just like that. So you can do this as many times as you like. So we're going to have an array list of 4 of me's. There we go. So this array list now holds 4 persons called Thirrin who have an age of 74. And just like our primitive arrays, do the shortcut, there we go, you can specify, they start from 0 index, and you can specify which index you want to print out, like dot hold on. There we go. Instead of using your square brackets, because array list is an object type, you have to use functions to get the stuff you need. So instead of just using square brackets, you use the .get function, and you just put in the index as per normal. It will also be different for here, where we will also use a dot operator. I'm pretty sure it's size. There we go. And I'll print out the size, and off we go. We'll see what happens. Alright, so we've got 0, 1, and then the dot get. 0, it's printing out what's in these slots. So it is, because we set person up with a toString back here, we set it up with a toString, it's printing out name and then the age of the person. If we didn't have that toString there, we'll comment that out and run again. Go back over here, and we run again. It will print the memory location. So it's important that you have your toString functioning correctly, especially when you're using array lists. So now when we run this, should be going back. Yep, there we go. So this here is in index 0 of the array list. And as we can see, length goes 664, but the index length will be 3. So it'll go 0, 1, 2, 3. And then this works just per normal. like that. Pretty simple, right? That's basically it. Because these primitive arrays cannot be added to, so I can't, once these have been initialized like this, I can't later on down here add another number to it. That's why array lists are so powerful, because later on, like all the way down here, I can add another person to it and it's not going to fret. Can't do that with the primitive arrays. So, you can use array lists with primitive numbers, except you have to use the object type of that primitive number, which isn't recommended unless you really have to do it, because it takes up much more memory than using the primitive type. I'll show you how to do it, but it's not recommended that you do it unless you absolutely have to. Alrighty. So instead of having an array list of person, you have it of type integer, the object type integer. So most primitives, which is int, have an object type, which is basically the full word. So bool becomes boolean object, char becomes character, float is just a capital F float, and so on. It's pretty obvious. And then you can just go al array, and because it's just a simple number, you can just go to without having new integer. So that's how you do that. And now if I run this, it will go 0, 1, 2, because in index 0, number 2 is there, and then it's going to have a length of 1, and so on. So that is the power of array lists. I'll just put the code back to what we had before here. And as always, I'll put this up on the blog, so you can follow along. This is a bit more of an advanced episode, so hopefully I didn't confuse you too much. As always, any questions, leave a comment or anything like that. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.